So I am aware now that my videos are just too blinking long, like there's no need for how long they are. And I think it's because I'm just so proud of the builds that I do. I want to share all of them, but obviously I build for quite a while. There's no way for me to expect somebody to sit down and watch two flipping, I don't know why I tried not to swear there, sorry. Two flipping 45-minute videos of a build. I can't expect people to do that, and it's a bit ridiculous, so I'm trying to shorten that down. So I am sorry if this is a bit too quick, but originally this was an hour or something, so I've really cut it down and like sped it up. So hopefully it's not too fast, hopefully it goes at like a good pace and doesn't make anyone seasick and you can see everything that happens. I actually had no idea about what's it called? The cottage. I have no idea what it's called. Oh my god. The new one. the cottage farm life one that's coming out. I just wanted to make a nice little quaint sort of English country farmhouse, just because, you know, they don't really get a lot of love, and some of the farmhouses that I see like on the road, they're like surprisingly bougie for a farmhouse. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm constantly surprised by how like fancy they are, because you'd think someone that owns a farm wouldn't have like, you know, all of that luxury, but they do. I suppose can make quite a lot of money as a farmer though. I don't know, I'm not a farmer, I have no idea. I have no idea. I've actually avoided most of the material, the what's it called, the promo stuff for the cottage whatever bag. I don't know what it is. I've not lost interest, but I've not lost interest. I don't even know why I started a sentence like that. But for some reason I'm just not, I feel like I'm not as into the idea of farming as everyone else seems to be. I have a medieval playthrough, and it would be really useful for that, but other than that, like, I play quite like urban sims, like city sims. The way that I could like find it to be fun is like, so you've got this family of farmers, and they're all very into like passing on the farming genes or whatever. I don't know. That was stupid. That was a stupid thing to say. They're all made this before the Cozy Kitchen kit came out, so I think I did quite well. It's the Parenthood stuff. The Parenthood stuff is just really good, especially for kitchens. It's just really good build stuff. But yeah, I wanted this to feel like a kitchen, but also just a regular living space. And I really love the idea of a kitchen that has like big windows into a big backyard, like that really sort of homey like vibe. And I think that works quite well, specifically in like a farmhouse build. I could not decide on the colour of the walls that I wanted, so I just went with this, like, that, it's like that city living, like, dirty white kind of wall. It's not the most pleasant thing, but also I couldn't really find anything else, so that's what we're stuck with. I really hope that this build comes out well. Obviously I'm experimenting with making the videos shorter, because it's not, I'm not going to go into the upload length again, but it wasn't great for me, and nobody wants to watch a fucking feature-length film Sims video. So yeah, here's the living room. There's not really any good like farmy couches, if you know what I mean. Like, we have like obviously those cats and dogs ones. I don't know what's but they don't really have like, I don't know, I feel like they're a bit bright. Just yeah, muted tones are the way to go, I think, for stuff like that. I wanted to make the entryway a bit exciting, but how would you spice up an entryway? It's very difficult without having like a water feature in the middle, and it's not that kind of house. So unfortunately couldn't do that. I have done that in like specifically Sims 2 builds. Like, I've had a expensive rich family and I've put a water feature in their blinking like a foyer. I'm not a big fan of rich people in real life, but I love playing rich Sims. I love playing rich Sims. They're just a lot of fun. I'm dead proud of those 2 corner cabinets by the door. I think that's a pretty good one, me. It might look a bit stupid, but I like it. Now we're moving on to the outside deck porch area. I'm gonna be honest with you, wasn't really sure what to do with that, so I ended up just putting random stuff in there, and I kind of regret it. Like, you'll see what I mean in a minute. It just ends up being like a oh no, sorry, we're doing the office first. But it ends up being what's the word? Like just a mishmash of all different sorts of stuff, because I couldn't make up my mind what I wanted it to be. I should have planned ahead, really. I should have planned that before I started building it, but I didn't, because I'm not very smart. I quite like the colour scheme though, like the all white sort of back door area against the, like, it's a clean sort of clinical white against the wooden floor and the stone wall. I think that's quite nice. Unfortunately, like I had thought about like putting a pool in there, but that's not really farmhousey. Like, I don't think that would have matched at all. Like, it's very rare. I think even in expensive posh fancy houses in England to find pools. At least as far as I can see, I'm not rich and fancy and posh, so I live in blinking council house. So I'm out of my depth here. Oh, those what's it called? Outdoor lamps on the street. I don't know what the exact name of them is. I really like them here. I love that sort of, I love the look of them. I struggle with the roof quite a lot and all. I actually added, well, I'm doing it now. I added a 3rd story to the house because I thought it'd make it look a bit more, well, I thought it'd make it look a bit more, you know, expensive, but it just ended up looking a bit weird, so I took that off in the end. And I'm just talking about things you're going to see in future. Oh, these kids' rooms, I'm dead proud of them. I actually really like these kids' rooms. One thing I love doing when I'm building kids' rooms is building like just one big colour coordinated room. So this one's baby blue, the next one is going to be yellow, and then you can just sort of like I wanted that cloud lampshade, so it would feel like you're in a room up in the clouds, up in the sky with all the blue. Wow, I am proper skipping around, aren't I? But yeah, this is the extra story I was talking about. It just made it look a bit stupid. I didn't really like it. And it don't look good. It looks a bit like those paper Japanese houses, but that doesn't fit at all here. So I had to get rid of it, unfortunately. I can't wait till I start building like the actual farm bit. I'm quite proud of it. It's my first time building something like that. Oh, there's this chicken coop that I build in a bit. I'm dead proud of that and all. I'm quite proud of this build. I don't know if I've said it enough. I think it's a decent build. But yeah, this is that yellow kids room I was talking about. I feel like most people hate The Sims 4 yellows, or just yellows in general. I love yellows. I think that sort of, that bright mustard yellow is really pretty. Oh, it's like a sunflower yellow. Yeah, I really like it. I would have a kids room in that yellow. Not sure why I put those pink blinking picture frames on wall. They don't look very good, but the yellow does. Oh, and this one's purple. This one's a teenager's room. A teenager that's really into like poppy stuff, if that makes sense. Like they're really into like musicians, but like specifically pop musicians, and like sort of like a boy band kind of way. I had imagined a teenage girl in this room, but it doesn't really matter who goes in it. But yeah, I found a way to make that little corner up there a little computer nook, because there was nowhere else to put a desk that wasn't like in the middle of the room. That lovely little like hanging pots thing. But yeah, when I was a kid, when I was a teenager, I used to plaster my walls in, not even posters, I used to go into my school library and print off like screenshots of animes and memes that I would find on the internet and just put them all over my walls. Like they reached up to my door. There were so many of them at one point. I don't think you could see the original colour of the walls. There were so many of them. And they weren't even anything good. They were just printouts of like one of them was like, music is my life and blah blah blah. Like just shit like that. Because I thought that made me cool because I couldn't afford posters. Like a more sporty sim. Like one that's like slightly cooler. Usually when I'm doing sporty sims I do red rooms, and I usually put a guitar in there. Don't know why. But this is the parents' bedroom. It is unfortunately brown and beige because I just imagine them being boring. I imagine the parents in this house are very ordinary, boring people, but all of their kids are very vibrant and they have their own personalities and they don't want to like live the farm life. That's what I was thinking when I was building all these. But yeah, the parents' bedroom is very boring. This bathroom, on the other hand, is gorgeous. It just is. It's a 50-50 whether I can be arsed with the bathroom. Normally I can't, and I just like stick a blinking toilet and bath and shower in there and move on. But every now and then I'll really try, and it ends up quite good. And I'm finally building the farm. I had to have my sim. I had to keep like unpausing it and having my sim plant plants, which is why it's a bit choppy here. I'm sorry about that, but again, I am trying to like reduce the amount of time I spend. Well, not even. I'm not trying to reduce the amount of time I spend building. I'm trying to reduce the amount of time I waste of other people's. I'm quite proud of this farm though. I think it's really lovely. I had wanted originally to block the different like patches off with fences, but I think the hedges work a lot better. You can see the layout of it. I've actually never like seen, well, I've seen farms and crops, but I've never like been on one. And usually the farms and crops that I see are like just fucking fields, just whole fields. But obviously we can't really do that in Sims, so it had to be something else. Oh, here's the chicken coop I was telling you about. Very excited about this chicken coop. Completely made by myself. I end up using a lot of those. I don't even know what they are, like just like wall decorations. But that's what I use to make the coop. Yeah, so you can have a farm and you can have chickens. They won't be real chickens. Again, I made this before the farm whatever. I don't know the name of it. I should really just keep up with me Sim stuff, but I don't. But yeah, look at those chickens. I'm just finishing off a farm and building a little, what's it called? Like a little green space, like wind farms and all that, so that they can have their own, like their own energy, their own stuff. Because what is the point in having a farm if you're relying on, you know, outside electricity or whatever? So I'm just building a little outdoor area to collect their dew, have a little wind farm, put their clothes out, and then I think the rest of it I turn into a like a kids play area, I think. But there's already one over there, so I don't know what I did. Oh no, that's what I did. It's a greenhouse. There's no decent greenhouse windows. Well, no, there is. There's no greenhouse doors that are good. There's no just like big doors that would look good on a greenhouse that aren't, you know, pack specific. Anyway, here are the screenshots. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope it wasn't too long.